Page. You saw the message. I just sent it via Messenger.
Yeah.
Right? I should have posted this on the fucking Red Elephant's Facebook page.
Next month.
There would have been fucking hundreds of people.
Next month, have people out here.
Right. All right. Next month, we're coming out here, guys, with hundreds. We're gonna shut down the meeting.
We're gonna bring some alt-right.
Someone brought up Someone brought up a good point. So we're out here arguing about this, and the meeting's still going on. They're still having their meeting. So we should be shutting the meeting down.
Yeah, why don't we shut it down?
Right, like someone said, go bang on the windows, and we started to do that, and then they're like, oh, then I was the only one doing it, and then one guy was like, oh, can you get away from the window? And I was like, okay, fine.
They should have let us in.
In spite of all their bluster about how they were going to shut the meeting down, the Red Elephants were basically a no-show at the September meeting of the Committee for Racial Justice. That didn't stop them from complaining in a video the day after the meeting about how they had been slandered. The title of the video is White Privilege Seminar Trying to Slander Me. So we want to take this video apart, dissect it as it was, to show the inner workings of the minds of the people that came to Santa Monica to disrupt our meeting.
The monthly seminar in Santa Monica that is titled the White Privilege Seminar has
Now stop right there. It is not titled the White Privilege Seminar, and this guy, Vincent, knows it. In July, there was a discussion of white privilege at the Santa Monica Committee for Racial Justice meeting. It was one discussion at one meeting. But these people, while complaining about slander themselves, are out to slander others. So, in other words, a complete misrepresentation of what the name of the group is.
Privilege Seminar has been gaining a lot of attention of local news sources and soon to be national news sources.
Now, we have to wonder, what does he mean by that? What does he have planned, or what do they have planned that is going to bring national attention to this?
It's been gaining a lot of attention because people have been showing up there protesting, including some of us from the Red Elephants.
Santa Monica's Committee for Racial Justice has a problem.
Well, the Santa Monica Mirror, who is a very one-sided and biased news organization that is local.
From their own words, when they say Santa Monica Mirror is biased, they mean it's anti-white. And when they say it's anti-white, they mean it stands for racial justice. This is the warped minds that we're dealing with here. Anyone that is for racial justice, anyone that is for racial equality, is by their definition anti-white. Remember, I didn't make this up. This is a clip from the July meeting. I'm sorry, this is a clip from the August meeting.
Whoa! Right here, guys.
So Santa Monica Mirror is apparently anti-white.
Fake news, right?
She's Santa Monica Mirror fake news.
Oh, fake news.
Anti-white.
Yeah. No, you're anti-racist is a code for anti-white.
Yeah.
You don't like white people. Yeah, it is.
I love me, and I'm white.
Well,
Now you can understand why they're attacking the Santa Monica Committee for Racial Justice. In their warped minds, you can't be for racial justice without being anti-white.
Had a reporter there named Chella who put out a video recently that's been gaining some traction.
Last month, 5 people showed up. 2 from the conservative online media site called the Red Elephants.
She made some very strategic cuts in the video that makes it seem like we are the bad guys.
Strategic cuts, that's his complaint. And remember that, because a little while we're going to look at some of the strategic cuts that he made in an interview with me.
Racist. Here's a clip of one of your speakers at your seminar saying white people are a mutation.
It's not a black skin color, it's an original skin color. This is a mutation. That's right. An original skin color. This is a mutation. This is a mutation.
Of course, the gentleman in the clip was not a speaker at the seminar, so let's get that out of the way in the first place. He was commenting from the audience. Still, what he had to say is important and is worthy of respect. Darwin has taught us that mutations are the forces giving us all the variety we see in the natural world. Without them, evolution could not proceed. The height of evolution, the height of mutations has been to produce humanity, some would say. And it's also obvious that humanity, well, it's not obvious, but it has been shown by scientific investigation that humanity found its very beginnings in Africa. The first human beings were Africans. All of us have African blood running in our veins, no matter what part of the earth we came from. This is where we originally came from. It also follows that these original humans had dark skin to protect them from the African sun. And that as humanity moved north, the skin lightened to allow the sunlight to produce sufficient vitamin D. This is not remarkable. This is what the man is talking about, and the red elephants are ridiculed. It should also be added that these Africans, these original people, never called themselves black. In fact, calling African people black only happened in the New World, in the colonies, when they instituted racial slavery. About the same time, they started calling English and European people white. Prior to that, there were no black and white people. Prior to that, in the 13 colonies, in Virginia, in Maryland, in Pennsylvania, in what became the United States, in the 1600s, you had masses of people being brought to this new world to labor. And if they came through a European port, if they came through an English port, they all came as indentured servants. That is, slaves with a set time of expiration. And when that time ran out, they became free. This was true for the Africans and the English alike, and the Irish and others from Europe. All fell under that same law, and all labored together. This is in the 1600s. But there was a problem with that from the point of view of the plantation owners. They also revolted together. And this led to a situation where they had to institute racial slavery. And at the same time, they brought all the Europeans together and started calling themselves white. And they started calling the African people, and in fact, all people they considered non-white, to be black. But these are social constructions.
Here's a clip from another speaker at your seminar that says...
Of course, I wasn't a speaker. They're just making this up as they go along.
At your seminar that says white people don't even exist.
Whites are not a real category of people in the first place.
Whites are not real?
Huh? No.
Whites are not real?
Whites are a social construction.
We're a social construct?
Yeah. Here's how the interview went down as they caught me leaving the August meeting. I gather they weren't too happy about the way we've been covering their recent activities.
You need to apologize. You did, and you brought all of that.
Hey, so how does it feel writing that hit piece on us about how we're going to commit mass genocide against people of color?
Huh?
You wrote a hit piece. You wrote a piece. So you said in your article that that the red elephants are gonna start killing people of color.
I said no, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did say that.
No,
yes,
you did. No, I didn't say that.
What's your blog called again?
Lennox Beach.
Yeah, that was it. Lennox Beach. It said I have a screenshot of it. It says that the red elephants are going to commit murder against people of color.
No.
What did it say then?
Huh?
What did it say then?
I don't have the exact quotes in front of me, but it didn't say it was going to kill.
You said we were going to kill people of color, and that includes
Jews. I said you were a white
Jews.
nationalist organization.
So what's wrong with whites having their own country?
Huh?
What's wrong with whites having Europe as their country?
Did you notice how in that one comment, their real purpose was revealed, and then they tried to clean it up? They want whites to have their own country. These guys run around and make America great hat. They obviously don't want a white-only country somewhere in Europe. This is to play it off. They want the U.S. to be a whites-only country. I didn't raise the question of genocide. They did. How do they intend to make this a whites-only country? This is their end game. Keep that in mind with regards to everything else that they pour out. They're not about free speech. They're not about community. They're not about their right to participate. They're about white supremacy.
Up as their country.
Whites are not a real category of people in the first place.
Whites are not real?
Huh? No.
Whites are not real?
Whites are a social construction. They
Or a social construct?
Yeah. They were developed
In a
after
lab?
slavery. No, after
In a
slavery.
laboratory?
No.
Oh.
In the laboratory of oppression.
Right.
Yeah. When did white people first? When did the term white person first get into the English language dictionary? Can you answer that question?
I have no idea. When?
1695.
When did the term black people first get into the dictionary?
Around the same time. You know
Okay,
why?
so then they're a social construct too.
No. Yeah, they are a social construct. The whole concept of race is a social construct.
Were we kings?
Was created by slavers to justify the enslavement of other people. Huh?
Were we kings?
Were you what?
Were we kings?
Kings of what?
Kings. K-N-G-Z.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for writing that hit piece on it.
What I didn't understand at the time, and what I now understand, is that "were we kings" was a way of calling me a nigger. He had no other response to what I was saying, but to break off the interview by calling me a nigger. Right. Were we kings? Were we kings? Were we kings? Later on, I got it, reviewing their live stream. As example, that this way they taunted another woman. This was the other guy.
We was kings. We was kings.
No, you were in
We
a
was
goddamn
kings.
cave.
We was kings.
You were in caves.
We was
You were in
kings.
caves.
No, we was kings. No, we was kings.
Y'all was sitting up there, bitch.
We was kings. We was kings. Yeah.
We was kings.
We was kings.
Man, we had a minute all that shit before y'all ever
We
crawled out of
we
your
was
cave.
kings, bro.
Before you ever
We
crawled
was
out of
kings.
your fucking cave.
No,
Black
we was
people
kings.
Fucking domesticated the honeybees.
We was
all
kings.
That shit. All the shit. So you can sit up there and say that shit.
You had the honeybee?
Yeah, domesticated.
You invented the bee?
No, fool.
You invented the honeybee? We was kings, bro.
Domesticated. No, you weren't kings. You were fucking cave
We was
beasts.
kings. No,
You were
we was
fucking
kings,
cave
bro.
beasts.
We was kings.
That's all you got. That's all you got is that weak ass shit.
Well,
This is Vince's buddy, Baked Alaska. They both went to Charlottesville after the August meeting of the CRJ.
Social contract.
Yeah.
And when I asked one of the other organizers why we couldn't get into their anti-white meeting, she said it wasn't an anti-white meeting, that it was about white privilege. Oh, we know it's an anti-white seminar. We want to get in there. Because we were at the last one, it was completely anti-white the entire time. So we want to get in there.
The last one wasn't about anti-white rhetoric, it was about white privilege.
So your supposedly anti-racist meeting is racist. Completely and utterly racist against white people.
These people turn logic on its head. That's how they arrive at the conclusions they do. Trump does the same thing.
The entire meeting was about how white people are inherently racist, much like this meeting that you saw probably floating around on your Facebook feed.
Then Vincent shows us excerpts from a video he found somewhere on Facebook that has nothing to do with CRJ. But he thinks he could put it in there as a representation of the meeting. Just like he thinks he can interview anybody he sees outside of the meeting and make them speakers at the meeting. This is how he presents the truth. This is how he reports the news. And after failing to make a showing at the meeting this time, this red elephant makes empty threats about what he's going to do next time.
For speaking on the truth of what's really going on in that seminar, the anti-white rhetoric that's going on in that seminar. We will continue to show up there and report the truth. We will continue to show up there and live stream in full context everything that happens, and we will continue to do it peacefully.
You're not coming.
Because we're white.
Anti-white! 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 Anti-white!
Put your foot down.
Whoa, 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 hey! Let us in! Let us in! Whoa! Let us in! 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 Why aren't the cops doing anything? We want to go in! We want to go in! We want to go in!